Hey everyone, it's Raleigh. Today we're doing a toy review of the Doh Monster Smash Game. And I'm pretty excited about this one. I didn't know that Doh made games like this, but they have a couple different ones, so I thought I'd give this one a try today. Look pretty neat. So here's the box, a bunch of different monsters, and a UFO. So I guess they're monsters from space as opposed to aliens, I'm not sure. And it looks like we get to stomp them. And this game is for 3 and up because it does have some small parts. This is what comes in the package. You have 4 little Play-Dohs, the playmat, 4 little boots, I guess, for squashing, and then the UFO. And the first thing we need to do, because it's our first time using this, is to put the little stickers on the UFO. So there's 4 different colors and then 2 splat stickers to get on there. I don't think there's any particular way that or order that you have to put these in. The little thing on the top there is what you spin to see where you're going to be moving the monsters. So it really is up to you where you want to put the splats in the different colors. We'll do the double splat right beside the blue. I'll press these down a little bit harder later. And put a red one. So these all correspond with spots that are on the playmat. We'll go with a single splat. Get that down. And the last one's our yellow one. There we go. So we've got our UFO all ready to go. So the next thing we're going to need to do is to make our monsters that we're going to need to play the game. The UFO opens up, and this is kind of one of the coolest parts. It actually has the mold inside the UFO. So this does come with 4, and they're kind of like mini or smaller containers of Play-Doh. In mine, I got 2 yellow and 2 green. On the box, it looked like there were 4 different colors, so I guess it's just sort of luck of the draw which ones you get. But of course, you can also use the Play-Doh that you might have at home. I was even thinking if you have other molds of monsters or aliens, you could use those too in the game. We'll give this a shot. I'm not sure exactly how much Play-Doh to put in. We'll give it one go and see how it turns out, and then we can adjust if we need to. So it looks like there's 3 different kinds of monsters that we can make. We'll get one more little... There we go. Oh, one more little blob, yeah. Okay, let's press it. And this, I think kids would get a big kick out of, making the monsters before the game starts. So press down. And this thing's actually pretty well made, and the shape of it makes it pretty easy to squeeze and press out. We'll see how our first ones turned out. Not too bad for a first try. A lot of extra. It's hard to know because you want to make sure you're filling up both sides of the mold. So there's one kind of really round guy. Kind of reminds me of a minion. This guy with the little spiky hair. Probably could have pressed down a little harder. I think I had a little too much Play-Doh in these ones. And this last one, his body reminds me of SpongeBob, except he's got these little kind of bat ears. Let's get him out without wrecking his ears. There we go. Pull the excess away. I think I overdid it a little bit on the Play-Doh this time. Well, we'll get it worked out. Pretty good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and see how many more I can make out of the one container. And I'm back. So I was able to make 12 out of the one smaller container. So altogether, you could actually make 48. So I'm going to go ahead and do a batch of the green too. There we are. So there we have 24. And again, that was only using 2 of the tubs. So you could actually make 48 altogether. So here's what the playmat looks like. So up on the right hand side is where we're going to be putting the UFO, and that's going to be the starting point for the monsters. And the idea of the game is the monsters are trying to work their way to the fridge, kind of on the left hand side there. And the main idea behind the game is that we're going to spin this. With each spin, the monsters are going to move to that color, all of them, all 3 of them. And so as the game goes on, they're going to keep trying to move closer to the fridge. And basically, if they make it, three of them make it all the way to the fridge, then kind of the people lose, the monsters win. But if we end up squishing all of them, then we win. Now, after each turn, after a monster moves off that base, you have to put another one down. It's kind of like an invasion. They're going to keep coming. And so the neat thing is, you can kind of figure out how long the game's going to be depending on how many monsters you make. If you make tons of them, the game's going to go on a lot longer. And probably a better chance the monsters are going to win. So on my next spin, I've gotten the double splat. So whenever you get a splat, that means the player gets to squash the monsters. So in this case, I got double splat, so I get to squash 2 of them. So then they would get removed, and you just put the Play-Doh back so it doesn't get dried out. And then everyone spins again. Everyone has a turn spinning, and the same thing. The monsters are going to keep moving or getting squished. If 3 of the monsters make it to the end, then the monsters win, and if not, the people win. I think that's a really neat idea for the game. It's that, all the players playing are on the same team, which I think is great. And just to show you guys, so this is where the 3 different paths lead, where the monsters end up. So if 3 of them make it there, then they win. So overall, I think this is a great value. It's about, again, $15 Canadian. It's fun to make the monsters, pretty easy to play, and I like the idea that the players are a team. So I think it's a great game. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. See you soon.